Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Comic Book Users. Welcome to another episode of the show. It's another movie review, and I brought over from Sea of Tranquility once again, Mr. Chris Alo, to help me out. What's going on, my man?
What's going on, Pete? Thanks for having me as always.
Yeah, thanks for coming. I reviewed the Fantastic Four film last week, and Chris and I both saw the Superman movie like well over a week ago. I think you've seen it a few times. I've
Yeah, I've
only
seen it 4 times now.
14. So yeah, so Superman 2025, written and directed by Mr. James Gunn. It's done pretty well for itself, I think, right? I mean,
Yeah, it's profitable.
yeah,
I don't have the numbers in front of me, but yeah, I believe it's over. It's closing in, I think, on 600 million. So they're definitely expecting it to be profitable. I think the budget was two something.
225. Yeah, I'm looking at
Okay,
some numbers right now. It says budget of 225 right now. I don't know when this was last updated, but we're at 585 million
okay.
worldwide. That's pretty good.
And you get, I think, I don't have a calculator in front of me, but the mathematical equation is usually two and a half times. So if it was 225, double that plus half. But people have said that the marketing on this was huge, which is true because there were so many companies like for Fantastic Four, that did Superman promotions, and all those companies do have to pay Warner Brothers to use the Superman likeness on their products.
Yep. Yep.
Um, but it was a good movie. I'm not the biggest Superman fan. I'm
I'm
a
not
Batman
either.
fan.
Yeah.
But I think it was by far my favorite Superman movie yet.
I would say the same. I went into this with very low expectations because, like you, I'm not a massive Superman fan. I'm more of a Marvel guy than DC, but I do like DC. I love Batman, so I'm all in on all the Batman stuff. But I liked the previous couple of Superman films. Well, I should say because we had the one, right? We had Man of
Right,
Steel.
Man of Steel, which I liked. I did enjoy.
I like that quite a bit. I kind of really like Henry Cavill in the role. I think he
Same.
brings I think one of the things I've always disliked about the Superman character, he was always a little too pure and too nice. And I thought Henry Cavill brought this kind of little seriousness and darkness to the role, which I kind of liked personally. So I was kind of disappointed when I heard that he was no longer going to be in the role. And then, quite frankly, I don't know David Corn Sweat, who's playing Superman slash Clark Kent. I don't know him at all.
The only thing I saw him beat, and you probably saw him in it too, was God, what's that? What's those movies? There's those three movies. Oh God, I got the old, so I can't remember. It's the horror movie with the girl, and there's three of them. One takes place in the 20s, one takes place in the 70s, one takes place in the 80s. Oh shit. What was we did a whole episode on it on Monsters Den.
I'm sure we did. Hold
It
on.
was a trilogy. I can't think of a
Well,
oh, it was called wasn't it called X or something like that? It was very influenced by the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
he was
The
in that.
first one. No, he's in the second one.
Oh, Pearl, Pearl. He was in.
Pearl.
Yes, that's.
Right. So right, Pearl is that the third one or the second? I can't remember. No, Pearl is
That's
the
the
one in the
second one.
80s.
Yeah, it's the
Right. So he's
second
in
one.
the
Yes,
right.
he
So
played the
the
projectionist. He played the
projectionist.
projectionist.
Yes.
Okay.
So
So
it's Pearl, and what the hell are the other two? Is it X?
yeah, and
Double X? Triple X? What the hell is
yeah,
the name of that?
X and God, what was the other one? Was
The one
she
in the 80s.
the name of
Yeah, her
her
character.
character? I'm drawing a complete blank now.
That was the one I didn't see in the theater. I saw that one on a plane.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's the only thing I had seen him in previously. And you're right, it's Superman in Man of Steel was definitely darker and edgier. And this one is definitely the softer, more cornbread, but
But a
like
lot of fun.
a lot of fun. And I had this debate with my buddy Matt because he prefers Man of Steel, but I'm like, but Matt, you're a comic book guy. Like traditionally in the comics, Batman's the edgy character, not Superman. Superman is the gosh gee willikers, doesn't want to curse and loves his parents and probably wouldn't screw Lois Lane until he got married. And that's Superman. And that's kind of how he's portrayed in this.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't catch it the first time, but there's a couple times where he actually says, gosh. and
Which that's something ripped taken from the original Christopher Reeve movies,
yes,
and the TV show. Well, maybe not the TV show back in the 50s, but definitely from the comics and whatnot. Yeah, he definitely had more of this kind of like real good guy who always has good
yes,
intentions, and which I didn't have a problem. He won me over in the role. Like I said, I went in
100%.
with very low expectations because, he doesn't really look awfully big, and maybe they made Henry Cavill out to be bigger than life in
Yes.
films, but I think he was really, really good. He had a very uh kind of childlike demeanor at times, very
Yeah, a certain innocence about him,
innocence. Yeah, that's the
absolutely.
that's the what I was looking for. Yeah, I
For
really thought he was
sure.
good. Yeah.
That definitely the theme of the film is that, yeah, Superman is always trying to do good, always trying to save a life. We see him, rescue a squirrel. And I guess this is we can say spoilers. I mean, the movie's been out a couple
Yes.
months.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, there's one part where it's very cool. There's a giant kaiju, for lack of a better term. I mean, I just sent Pete a picture of the toy. That's what they're actually calling the toy.
Yeah.
And the monster winds up getting killed, and he was like, "Oh man,"
He's upset
he's
about it.
like,
Yeah.
he's upset about it. He wanted to rescue it and get it into, like, which I love the line. He said something like, "Man, I wanted to get it into like an intergalactic zoo." And I'm like, this whole movie, Pete, as you know, being a comic book guy, this is so comic booky. It's
Yes.
unbelievable. Yes, it's a Superman movie, but we actually have four other superheroes in Mr. Terrific, Hawkgirl, Green Lantern, and a Metamorpho,
Yeah.
all of whom I thought were great. I
Yes.
actually wish we had a little more of Hawkgirl in this.
Yes.
But she was all four of them were great. I thought they were perfectly cast. I
I
thought
thought Mr.
Rachel
Terrific kind of stole every scene he was in.
agreed,
He was by
agreed.
far but you know what? Metamorpho was really well done too. And I like how they initially he was under well, we should probably talk about the cast in a second, but he
Yeah,
was under the control of Lex Luthor and doing stuff he probably didn't want to do. And I like his whole transition into like, you know what, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to join the good guys. And that potentially could lead to other films down the road featuring
totally.
the four of them and more, right?
But you're 100% right. Mr. Terrific seems to be the breakout. And lots of people had said, hey, when are you going to give Mr. Terrific his own movie or his own TV show? And I don't know. I don't remember if Mr. Terrific was in the trailer, but if I'm not mistaken, right, Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, and Maxwell Lord, who has a brief cameo in uh, Superman, are all going to appear in the new Peacemaker season 2, which is going to premiere, I think, this week. And Peacemaker has a short but memorable cameo, which I thought was very interesting because I didn't catch it the first time, Pete. I don't know if you caught it, but Peacemaker's being interviewed, and he says to the guy doing the interview, "Oh, Superman is one of those guys." And the interview's like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Oh, he's one of those guys. He doesn't like to kill unless it's absolutely necessary." But I found that wording very interesting. Like, Superman doesn't like to kill unless it's absolutely necessary. So has this Superman had to kill before? Again, I know we're analyzing. That's what we do on
Or
this.
is that a dig on the Man of Steel? Because a lot of people were upset that he kills in that movie, right?
100%. And also, right, he kills General Zod, which I never liked. And literally, Metropolis is being fucking knocked apart, and he doesn't seem to have a care in the world other than stopping General Zod.
No.
Where in this, they absolutely made it a point to see Metropolis is being evacuated before the devastation takes place.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So let's go through the cast real quickly. So we
Sure.
just uh, we just talked about who plays Clark Kent slash Superman, David Corn Sweat. We've got Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane.
Who I thought was fantastic.
Horrific. I mean,
Yes.
she's been very good in everything she's done. Folks should be no, she shouldn't be a stranger to anybody if you watch various shows that she's been on, House of Cards and that Miss Maisel or whatever
Yes.
which she's I think she's great as Lois.
Yeah.
She's
Agreed.
she's feisty. She's beautiful, and I think she has really good chemistry with the Superman character. And I like how, again, spoiler alert, folks, but if you haven't seen this, I would assume everybody's seen it by now if you're watching this program. But when they start the film, you see them working together, Clark Kent and Lois, and you think, all right, maybe there's really nothing going on yet because you don't really know where they're going to start off this movie in, right? So, in other words, is this a direct continuation of something else? Is this an origin story? You don't really know. And then you find out a couple minutes later when they kind of meet up in her apartment that they've already had a thing going on together for a while, and she
Right.
already knows he's Superman.
Which I liked,
I
like
thought it was great too. We
the,
don't, and they did a similar type thing in the Fantastic Four, where you know what, everybody
yes.
knows the origin story. You don't need to rehash it again, right?
Agreed, which I think makes totally sense. So how many superhero movies over the years have literally wasted a movie rehashing the origin, especially in this case, and in Fantastic Four, we know the origin.
Yes.
No, no, but yeah, I thought that was great. No, no point in pussyfooting around that. She doesn't realize she's supposed to be this investigative reporter. Although I did love the line too, which is in the comics, how when Clark Kent is wearing the glasses alter his face somewhat. So you're not supposed to, he's going to look slightly different as
Which
Clark.
no other film has ever done that.
Correct.
You
Yeah.
just you're just sitting there. It's like, well, how do people not know that he's Superman? He looks exactly the same, except he's wearing glasses, right?
Right.
So I thought that was fantastic.
I
You
thought
know,
that was great. Yeah. His hair is quite different.
yeah.
And okay, yeah. So he's not only wearing the glasses. I wish for our sakes they would have altered. I mean, I know it would have cost money, but they would have altered it a little bit with CGI. So we would see how his face is supposed to look as Clark.
They could do that.
I mean, they could definitely do it in another movie,
What would they
just out
have?
of curiosity.
Yeah, I mean, they would have to alter what? Maybe not quite. I'm trying to think how
Well,
much.
that's the other thing too, Pete. He's really not Clark that much in
Well, that's
this
what I'm
movie.
saying. So what was it? 40% of the film, maybe?
I honestly, I don't even think it's that much. It's really only the scenes, and there's only a few minutes of footage where he's in the Daily Planet. Because when he's at the Lois's apartment, he's not wearing his glasses.
Right.
When he's with his mom and dad,
It's
he's
not.
not wearing his glasses.
So it's not that really that
It's
much.
really not. To me, it was reminiscent
I mean, shit,
of
The Irishman is almost a 4-hour movie, and they had to redo De Niro and Pacino and all those
yes,
guys and Joe Pesci for like the whole thing. So
yeah,
it's not like it's not possible to do this.
totally. But to me, it was reminiscent of Robert Pattinson's The Batman, just in the fact that a huge percentage of that movie, he's Batman.
Yeah,
Just like in this movie, the overwhelming percentage, he's Superman.
he's Superman. Yeah.
But
So
yeah, I
she
thought
was
the
good.
cast
I
was
like that she
great.
was feisty
Yeah,
and like had lots of moxie to her. I think really job well done. To me, another person who literally was a great casting choice was Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor.
excellent. Yeah, glad to see him.
Best Lex Luthor in quite a while.
Yes,
Maybe ever on film.
could be.
I know some
I
people are going to
mean,
say, well, Gene Hackman, but I mean, he looked the part. He was a little younger of a Lex Luthor, but
he
I
was a
thought he
little
was.
goofy and campy, and a lot of people have been comparing this to the Christopher Reeve film. And, I mean, I saw it as a kid in 1978
Me too.
and I liked it in the theater, but I only caught it once or twice on cable over the years.
I haven't seen it in
It's not
decades.
my favorite. And I always, if it came out today, I think the number one thing that people would complain about, because I know it still bothers me, is the ending.
Yeah.
So Lois Lane dies, and all you got to do is turn back time. And I don't know how you felt, Pete, but not to get away from the casting, but I think they obviously made a huge conscious decision to bring down Superman's power level in this,
Yeah.
which I thought was a smart idea.
Yeah. Yeah. He's in, I think in some of the other films, with Henry Cavill, I believe he was way overpowered.
Yeah,
I always thought
which
that.
is how he is in the comics. I mean,
He is, yeah.
punching through planets and everything else.
The thing is, I mean, again, we've seen this with a lot of other like the super powered characters. So you can think of like Hulk and Thor and various other ones. You can't have any one character so impervious to everything. They have to be
Absolutely.
vulnerable at least a little bit. And I think he was very vulnerable in this movie, like on numerous scenes, right? Where
Oh, yes. And I think I don't know if we should go into it yet, but that was one of my slight complaints, even though I like the movie. He does get beat up a lot in this movie.
maybe a little too much.
A little too much, I think. I
Yeah,
think they really went out of their way to show Superman being very vulnerable.
yeah, I agree.
But yet, as a movie, it's still action packed compared to, say, the movie that I think is horrible, Superman Returns, where Superman does nothing the entire movie other than rescue the plane.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of a miss. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. So yeah, Lex Luthor was great casting there. I thought he did a fine job. We got Mr. Terrific was
I,
Eddie Gathegi. I'm not
I
familiar
have.
with him.
Oh yes, you have seen him because he was in was it X-Men First Class?
Was he?
He was in one of the Marvel movies. He was one, I believe it was one of the First Class movies. Either the
Okay.
first one or the second one.
I'll have to look up that up, but he was great.
I thought he was excellent.
I don't know if you ever watched Arrow, but
A little bit.
they had a Mr. Terrific character on Arrow for quite a
Yes.
number of years, who I also thought was great. This guy was great. He was just so serious all the time, and
Yes. But
he just
still
got
got
old.
a little bit of humor here and there.
Yeah, but they didn't overdo it. That's the one thing I like
No,
about this movie. It was
agreed.
lighthearted in spots. There was a little bit of humor, but it was not like we're going to tell lots of jokes. Like some of the
Right.
more recent Marvel movies go overboard on the jokes.
Yes.
This was just more like lighthearted but like playful and comic booky, but not trying to be a comedy, which I really, really liked. Metamorpho was played by Anthony Carrigan.
Who I thought was great. I saw him in an interview, Pete, before seeing him in makeup, and he had the best. He is in real life. He's bald, and he has a huge brow like Pete Steele. And I just saw his face, and I go, Jesus, he is perfect for
The
Metamorpho.
role.
He was perfect casting.
He
Like
was a
I
very
honestly,
sympathetic character
yeah,
too.
I thought everybody was the.
Yeah,
I thought the cast was fantastic.
yeah, really good. We had an old favorite, Nathan Fillion, right? Of
Yep.
course, from
As
Firefly,
as
played
Guy,
Green Lantern Guy
yep,
Gardner. He was hilarious.
hilarious. Had
Hilarious.
some of the best lines in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. He looked ridiculous, but it's like whatever. It's
But
like,
Guy Gardner with that bowl haircut
I
is
know.
looks ridiculous. They even had that line in the movie.
Yeah. He was really good. And then we had as Hawk Girl, Kendra Saunders was Isabella Merced. I'm not really familiar with her either, but I thought she was great.
I had heard she played, which obviously I never saw, Pete. You and I are not the intended audience, but Dora the Explorer. I heard
Oh,
she played her in a movie.
really? Okay.
I was like, wow, okay.
She was good. Really good. I thought she looked great.
Agreed.
And yeah, we probably could have seen more of her, I
I
think.
would have liked a little more of her, but
Yeah. But really, really good. And then what else we got? Jimmy Olsen was played by Skylar Gisondo.
I thought was great.
Thought he was
I mean,
really
he
good.
looked like fucking Jimmy Olsen. I was like, holy shit.
Yep. Wendell Pierce played Perry White. He's
And
always great. That
was
dude is.
great and didn't have a ton to do, but
No, I wish we saw more of him. Yes.
I actually heard some of his footage wound up on the cutting room floor just because of time.
Really. Because he's always so good. I mean, he's been in so many great like TV shows over the years, and every time I see him, I always really like him a lot. And I mean, there's various other people
Right.
here.
There we had the girl that was played Eve Tessmacher,
Yep.
who was really one of the true heroes of the film. I mean, even the girl that plays Kat, what's her name from the Daily Planet? I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but wow, Pete, I remember saying it after seeing it opening night. I was like, okay, unlike a Marvel movie, this thing is filled with beautiful women.
Yeah, she's one of them. Yeah.
Ah, it's just one beautiful lady after another. I'm like, this is unbelievable. This is not like a Marvel movie where they're trying to downplay where they get beautiful women and then ugly them up. I'm like,
Yeah.
this was not that.
No, not at all. Not at all. And we got Frank Grillo was here as
Oh,
Rick
he was great.
Flag. He's
I
always
wish
great.
we had more of him.
Yeah, he's always great. And there's various other people, but I
Yeah.
think really, really good, good casting. So I like the fact that they introduced again, no explanation, but they introduced this other team, right? So this team, what do they call it? The Justice
The Justice Gang, which
Gang,
I
right?
thought was very interesting.
Right. So and they're already in existence, and you can tell like Superman is aware of them, but he's not part of them, which I think
And
is
did
kind
you
of cool.
see where they were at, Pete? I couldn't believe it when they actually went to the real Hall of Justice. That building, I believe, is in Ohio. And they shot the outside. I'm like, holy shit, it's the real Hall of Justice. And then they went inside and they were, the three of them were hanging out. But with little touches like that, I thought were awesome.
Yeah, really, really well done. A lot of good action, I think, in this film.
Yes.
The action, the scenes with the giant monster, the kaiju, I thought was really, really well done. He looked great. I think one little gripe I had with the film is that some of the CGI scenes were a little like video game-ish, as opposed to I thought like overall the CGI used in Fantastic Four was a little more realistic looking. But this movie had a lot more battle scenes and a lot of really intricate stuff happening, so I get why they had to use a little bit more. In some spots, I was kind of like, ah, that didn't look so great. But overall, though, I thought very fine job, though.
Agreed. Yeah, we should mention there is as far as the supervillains, right? There's the engineer, which is a lady that I'm not familiar with. I understand she's more of a newer character. There is the character Ultraman,
Yeah,
not to be confused with the Japanese
right,
Ultraman,
right.
but our DC Ultraman, which if I remember right, go into my, Crisis on Infinite Earths and all the other multiverse stuff, right? Ultraman was the villain Superman from Earth 3, which
Yeah,
was that the Injustice League or
I think so.
I
Yeah.
remember there was like, right, it was like evil villains of like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and that was Ultraman.
Yes, correct.
Um, and one thing and I guess we're obviously there's another spoiler here for those that haven't seen the movie. Okay, Ultraman is basically you find out is first he's portrayed as the Hammer of Baravia in like a sort of Iron Man suit,
Yes, kind of like
and
Metallo a little bit, right? Which is what I
yes,
thought that they were the character was based on, sort of, but I don't know.
and then we see him in another suit where he kind of looks like Snake Eyes from GI Joe. And then the end of the movie, the twist is that Lex Luthor cloned him from DNA of previous battles. And the thing that I thought of, I don't know how you felt, Pete, but I'm like, wait a and of course, the other thing I guess I should say, there was a big twist where Superman continually watches a message from his parents, and
Yes,
Lex Luthor's engineer is able to decode the message because it was broken in transit. Where you find out that Mr. and Mrs. Kal-El, or whatever his birth parents were named, I forget, wanted him to procreate and take over the earth.
the Earth, yeah.
So that was used to, break Superman's spirit. And that was, Lex Luthor used that against Superman. But I'm like, wait a second, Pete. Let me get this straight. The whole movie, or I shouldn't say the whole movie, but Lex Luthor's plan, because he also does have monkeys that are typing away and smearing Superman on the internet.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, let me get this straight. So Lex Luthor, who was one of the smartest men in the DC universe, and he's a super evil genius. His plan is to somehow smirch uh, Superman's good name and to break Superman like that. But you have a Superman clone, a guy that looks exactly like Superman and has all the same strengths, but he's got longer hair. Here's an idea, Lex. If you're so fucking smart, put him in a Superman costume and have him knock over the Daily Planet building. Have him kill people in Metropolis.
That's it.
And that's it. That's your plan. And everyone will be like, oh, Superman's a son of a bitch. We got to kill him. We got to get him out of Metropolis.
Yep.
That's how you turn people against Superman. I was like, it was so obvious. I'm like, how did nobody think of this? You know, so I thought that was ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. Agree.
And in fact, there is a part where like we don't know Superman's the or Ultraman is the clone because he's in the Snake Eyes costume, and it's like in the towards the end of the movie, the costume gets ripped, and we see, and I remember saying to myself, "Don't let it be a clone." And of course, it was. But when the mask ripped, again, Pete, I don't know how you felt, but I was like, I wanted it to be Bizarro.
Well, that's what I was just going to get to because that's what I thought. That's who I thought he was. Because I'm like, all right, so is this? Because at first I thought that they kept calling him Ultraman, but I'm like, that looks like Metallo, right? And then once we found out, once they took that off, I'm like, oh, so it's Bizarro, but it's not. And I'm
Right.
like,
And
because he
Pete, to
was really
me,
stupid like Bizarro. Bizarro's dumb as
he
a
was
rock, right?
stupid, but that's the other thing. If it was Bizarro, that's why you cover up his face.
Right.
Uh, it made no sense. And then like a
He
buddy
could
of
have lifted it
mine
right from the comic, and
could
nobody
have
would.
lifted it.
Everyone like, okay, this makes
Yeah.
total sense
And
now.
we didn't, of course, because already they haven't gone into all the origin stuff. We don't need to see the Bizarro planet and Bizarro Lois Lane and Bizarro Jimmy Olsen. Just say, you got Bizarro out of space, or screw it. You cloned him, but his face came all messed up.
Right.
So that's your new Bizarro. I was like,
And that makes sense, and everybody would have been okay with that.
right.
Yeah. Well, can't have
So
everything
you
perfect.
can't have everything. But I thought that was a big misstep.
Yeah. Oh, we got the super dog in this, which I thought was
Yes.
fun.
Well, apparently, and I did not know this until recently, but James Gunn's original idea was the Krypto was going to actually be the star, and the whole movie was going to be Krypto flying around and causing havoc, and Superman was be the secondary character that would always be following Krypto and cleaning up the messes. I don't know how that would have worked.
I love dogs, as you know, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's not. I don't want to see that. It's
I mean,
that's
we could see that. I think as would work as an animated
right. Yeah, it's
thing, but
like a
as
half
yeah,
hour film or something like that.
yes,
Short. Yeah, yeah. The dog was great. I think
yeah,
Crypto was great in the scenes that he was in. And I thought it was. And they never. I don't know if they really answered it much in the beginning. But you find out later in the movie that he's just been watching Krypto while Supergirl, his cousin, was away doing whatever she's doing. She shows
right.
up at the end of the movie. It's like, okay, I'm here for my dog. What have you been up to? And he's just like, okay, we just all this shit happened. We could have used your help. And I
Which
guess
I thought was hysterical. I
yeah,
mean, when I saw it opening night, the audience erupted when Supergirl came out. And for those that don't know, they have already filmed the next movie in the DC series is Supergirl, which comes out next summer, which has Millie Alcock from the Game of Thrones prequel show as Supergirl, who I thought looked great. She's in the costume. And it also has Jason Momoa as Lobo, who I think will be an amazing Lobo.
you know what? He was really good as Aquaman, although doesn't look like any Aquaman in any
No,
comic I've ever seen. But I thought from day one that he would have been a
agreed.
perfect Lobo. And I bet you deep down inside that's the role he always wanted to play.
Oh, for sure. Once he gets to do interviews, I'm sure he'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But
So spoiler alert, everybody. So him as Aquaman is done. Even though those movies did very, very well,
yes,
James Gunn is like, all right, we're recasting everything, and he's probably going to be a better fit as Lobo.
yeah. I mean, yeah. For those that haven't been following all the entire Snyderverse, as it's been called,
Yeah.
with Henry Cavill as Superman, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, Ben Affleck as Batman, Jason Momoa as Aquaman. They're all gone and recasted. The whole universe has been reset, starting with this movie. But
So will we get a blonde guy as Aquaman, perhaps going forward?
oh, I would think. I mean, you know who I thought looked great in, was it the second Aquaman movie? The guy that played Ocean Master, his brother in the
Yes.
right?
Yes,
Because he's
from the horror films. The
yes,
yes,
those movies. What the
yeah.
hell are those movies called? Jesus, I
Uh
got the olds tonight bad.
yeah,
God, not the Haunting. What are those things
no.
called?
I can see all the
It's on the Warrens, right, from Connecticut.
yes, yes.
What are those movies called? Is there another one coming out soon?
Yes. I
You
have
know,
my yeah, we did
you know
I have them
what
all
we're
up there.
talking
I
about.
can't even think of it right now. It's
But in one,
the
The
Jesus.
Conjuring,
Conjuring, that's it. Yeah.
bang.
Conjuring, yes, yes.
But yeah, in one of the movies, right? He's like in more of an Aquaman suit. He's got the blonde hair. And
He
I
would be
remember
good. You know
thinking,
who else would be
Jesus.
really good? The Swedish actor who played
Oh, Skarsgård.
yes.
Yes, he's big and jacked. Yeah, I think he'd be a great pick.
We'll see. We'll see.
And I guess it
Well,
all depends too on how young they want to go or how
yeah,
old.
true. I will miss Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman,
Yep, I
unfortunately.
liked her as well.
But you know,
But there are already lots of rumors swirling around about who's going to be Wonder Woman. I cannot wait to have the Batman in this universe because they've already said they want to have an older Batman who has the teenage son Robin from the mother being Talia al Ghul.
well, yeah.
So this Robin would be raised as from birth as an assassin by the League of Assassins, and the mother Talia just goes, "I can't deal with him anymore. You take him." So I think that's an interesting concept for Batman.
And we did see the little sign for Gotham in the one scene, right? When they
Yes.
so you
So
know
they're
it's next
already
door to Metropolis, right? It's right
yeah,
down the road.
they're
So
already planting those seeds.
yep.
But yeah, I really I've only seen three movies this summer, and Superman was by far the one I enjoyed the most. I
Yeah.
I I did think he was a. I would have liked to seen him maybe not get his butt kicked as much. And I would have, the one part I would have loved for him to just sock Lex Luthor in the face, like the part where there's these flying soldiers that Lex Luthor has called the Raptors, and there's a part where it's in the trailer, and Superman grabs one of them and punches him in the face, and he knocks a mouthful of teeth out. I was like, that was awesome, but like I would have loved that punch to land on Lex Luthor.
Absolutely.
Instead, at the end, it's Krypto that gets to beat up Lex Luthor, and I'm like,
Not right. It's almost
okay,
like Superman didn't really want to do it. He's like, you're going to get arrested and go to prison anyway.
right.
And you know what? I didn't want to see Lex Luthor cry. I don't know who
Agreed.
thought of that.
Agreed. Because
He's not a crybaby.
not a
He's
crybaby.
got to be plotting how he's going to get out.
That's it. He would be plotting his next move.
Yeah.
Agreed. No tears.
No.
There's no crying in supervillaindom. I did not like that at all either.
Not at all.
And I thought
That's
one
going
thing
to
I
go up there with Doctor Doom taking off the faceplate every 2 seconds, which you know is going to happen in
oh, no doubt. Yeah, 100%, 100%. But yeah, I didn't like, one thing that I thought was kind of goofy too. It was comic booky, but kind of goofy where so Superman is under Ultraman is under Lex Luthor's control. So Superman and Ultraman are fighting, and Lex Luthor has studied all of Superman's moves. So Lex Luthor yells out all these maneuvers,
Yeah.
A7, and that's a punch to the face. But Lex Luthor has to think it, say it to a guy. The guy has to enter it into the computer, and then it has to go to Ultraman for Ultraman to throw the. I'm like, how fast is this actually?
Yes. Get rid of the middleman, Lex. Get yourself a suit so you can do all the moves yourself, which
But I,
maybe will come in the future, right?
and I thought of that too, like from the Superpowers miniseries and the toys and the cartoon series. I was like, okay, maybe this is a setup for that where, right, Lex will be like, well, I just need to do it myself,
That's
which
it.
makes more sense.
Yeah. And that's what he does in the comics on
Yeah.
numerous occasions. So, yeah. So,
But yeah,
yeah,
there was
I
definitely a few
enjoyed this a
things.
lot.
Yes.
I, like I said earlier, I'm not the biggest Superman fan, but I do usually enjoy most of the movies. I like this way more than I thought I was going to. I went in with very low expectations. I was like, all right, it's probably going to be good. The
Agreed.
reviews are great, whatever. And I walked out of there and I was like, ah, That was a lot of fun. And I saw the Fantastic Four one night and I saw this the next night. And I remember after walking out of Superman, I was like, as much as I enjoyed Fantastic Four, I think I might have enjoyed this one a little bit more, maybe because my expectations were lower.
100% agreed. To me, Superman is totally a comic book movie, and Fantastic Four is really more like a science fiction movie,
Which is fine.
which is fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I still think it's probably the best Fantastic Four movie,
Oh, without a
but
doubt. And it's one of the best Marvel movies in a while.
in a while, yes, because
I
some of them have
just
really shit the
I
bed.
think
But right, if you said right now, Pete, well, you got to sit down and watch one of them, I would pick Superman over Fantastic Four
yeah.
because an exciting thrill ride, whereas yeah, Fantastic
And it
Four is
wasn't predictable.
yes,
Found the Fantastic Four movie a little predictable, well
agreed.
done and enjoyable as it was, but you knew where everything was going. You just
And,
knew,
and
right?
I was gonna say that's a great point because they literally, Pete, they gave away fucking everything in the Fantastic Four trailer.
Yeah, I'm
Like
sick of trailers.
literally, other than Galactus's face, which okay, they didn't give it away in the trailers, but we all saw the cool popcorn bucket before Fantastic Four came out, so we knew, oh, they got Galactus's look down perfect.
Oh,
I mean, we knew everything. We knew that they had a baby and the baby was going to grow up, and like you knew everything when you finally saw Fantastic Four. And you're right, they held back a lot in Superman.
yeah. Superman just to me, the whole movie was just like I never knew where they were going with anything. And it just by the end of the movie, I felt really satisfied. At the end of Fantastic Four, I'm like, okay, that was loads of fun. I enjoyed it. But like nothing really like surprised me or there was I don't know if there was any like holy shit moments or anything like that. Other
Agreed.
than like, okay, oh my God, Galactus looks amazing, right? And oh my God.
Yes, and oh my, he is terrifying
Yeah.
as a villain.
Yeah.
But even that, right? So before Fantastic Four came out, we saw the Thunderbolts, which ended with a secret scene introducing where we see the Fantastic Four's spaceship. So I thought
Me
Fantastic
too.
Four, the movie was going to end with them going in the space. They don't even connect yet. I'm like, oh, jeez.
No. So of course, and again, now that we've jumped
Right.
over the Fantastic Four now, but
Yeah.
like so the final scene in the Fantastic Four, well, the middle credits scene, obviously you see Doctor Doom hunched over talking to Franklin Richards. He's got the faceplate off, right? You don't see his face. So like, and Sue walks in to see this, and then it cuts. So based on what we saw in Thunderbolts, does he heist Franklin Richards and take off? And the Fantastic Four are now flying through the multiverse trying to find him? We don't know.
We don't know.
Something's got
Yeah,
to happen in between now and then, right?
no
So
doubt. But
are they going
you're
to pick up on the Avengers movie somewhere in between? I guess they are.
right.
I don't know.
But you're right. We are going to see. I'm predicting we're going to see very little of Doctor Doom with the faceplate. And the one thing that I read that was so ridiculous was somebody was like, "Oh yeah, that was Robert Downey Jr. on the set of Fantastic Four." I'm like, "Get the fuck out of
Could have
here!
been anybody.
This guy's getting paid $1 bazillion,
Yeah, that's not.
and you're showing him in this, and you're not going to show his face if that was really him." Like, no way. This guy doesn't get out of bed for not, unless he's getting $20 million a day. I'm like, there is no way.
There have been multiple people who are saying that a likely scenario is that somehow he got Franklin Richards to cure his
I heard
scarred
that as well.
face, and then in the next movie, you're just going to see Robert Downey Jr.'s face the whole time. And I really hope that's not the case,
Right.
because in the comic for decades, you never see Doctor Doom's face.
Agreed.
He's menacing because he's got that mad, angry looking
Listen,
face.
he was,
That's Doctor Doom.
I
I don't
always
want
say
to
it.
see.
Dr. Doom was Darth Vader before Darth Vader.
Yes, yes. So I don't want to see that. But you think about it. Why pay millions and millions of dollars to Robert Downey Jr. to play a character if you're not going to see his face for
Right.
the majority?
Exactly.
And I'm like, that's why
Yeah.
part of me, when I heard he was going to be playing Doctor Doom, I'm like, why?
Yeah. I thought the same.
Pick someone that you don't give a shit what they look like. That it doesn't matter that we see their face. You hear the voice, so I don't know. I'm a little worried about this,
Oh,
but
listen, me too. I mean, because with so many actors portraying so many characters, I don't know. And Fantastic Four did not do as well as Superman. It is struggling to hit those same levels. Marvel, other than Deadpool and Wolverine, has kind of been in a rut.
yeah.
The last, I don't know, was it five, six, seven movies now?
And it's really strange because like Thunderbolts was lots of fun.
It
Critics
was.
loved it. Everybody who saw it loved it. Didn't do all that well.
No.
Same thing with Fantastic Four. Critics love it. Everybody who's seen it really enjoys it.
Yes.
Nobody's shitting on it. It's not doing that well. It's almost
No.
like Marvel a bunch of years ago was hitting the casual fans really, really well. And everybody wanted to see Marvel movies. It's almost like whoever was younger at the time and were all wrapped up in the Marvel movies. They've grown up a little and they've lost interest in superhero movies. So the people who are going to see these movies now are the hardcore fans, and there's not quite enough of them to make the kind of buck that Marvel was making back then.
Pete, I couldn't agree more. I have said
I'm
it.
shocked that this Fantastic Four movie isn't doing better.
Yeah,
I
I
was
have said it.
shocked that the Thunderbolts didn't do better.
I've said it on Monsters Den and just in casual conversation with friends. I go, people forget for 20, 30 years what was the biggest movie genre in Hollywood? Westerns.
Yeah.
Nobody makes westerns anymore because they don't, I mean, they occasionally, but they don't rule Hollywood like they once did. They were huge, but they died out over time. Why? I don't know. Maybe people just got sick of it. The teen sex comedy was huge in the 80s. Slasher films was humongous. And those we still get those movies, but
Yeah, but
not
now
like
it's like horror
like
has changed so much over the years. Now you get all these psychological thrillers and things like that, right? That
yes.
people want to see. So yeah, it's very possible.
So you wonder, is it superhero fatigue? Which a lot of people have said. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think most people they peaked with those Avengers movies, right? With
Yes,
Thanos.
and a lot of people have said, and I don't think they're wrong, that maybe with Avengers Endgame, which was a $2 billion movie, maybe Marvel should have just stopped for a few years, counted their money, and then restarted. But you know how Hollywood works, just like my company or your company, Pete. What happens when you have a record year? Next year we got to beat it.
Yeah, bigger, better, faster, stronger. Everything's got
That's
to
it.
top it
Yeah.
every year. Yeah, so it's yeah. I mean, it's been well documented, like the problems that Marvel has gone through, and DC has had a really hard time keeping up. So they must
Yes.
be through the roof right now.
Thrilled.
It's like,
Right.
uh,
Because right, this movie, like we were saying, this sets up the new DC film universe.
yeah. Yeah. So I mean they've got their work cut out. It's not like
Oh, for sure.
Superman is a complete blockbuster. It's doing very
Yes.
well. I mean that's the thing too. It's all relative, right? Because even like Fantastic Four or Thunderbolts making hundreds of millions of dollars, any other studio or producer would love to have their films do this kind of money. But when you're looking at past successes, they're looked at as kind of failures because, well, they're not doing a billion, they're not doing 1.3 or they're not doing
Right.
900 million, right? It's like but most movies don't do that. So
Exactly.
even a movie that's doing three, four, 500,000, 500 million, uh, would be a success for anybody else, but for Marvel slash Disney, it's looked at as like, oh,
Right.
underperforming big time.
And listen, these next two, well, I guess next three, right? Because the next three Marvel movies is the new Spider-Man movie and the next two Avengers movies. Like they really need to hope that they knock it out of the park with these next three films.
Yeah, I mean, and you have to wonder too. You mentioned before the Deadpool Wolverine movie, which made a shit ton of money.
I think that
That
was
was
one
that was
point.
Marvel coming back.
Yeah.
Is it because you've got these two characters that are so beloved in the universe? Is it because it was rated R and it was edgy and it was over the top? I don't really have I mean, I watched it again recently, first time in a while, and I'm like, this is as much fun, if not more so, than when I saw it in the theaters those couple
Yeah.
of times, right?
Agreed.
And maybe that is like been kind of missing from some of these other films, even though technically they might be better movies. But what is it about Deadpool Wolverine
Right.
that pulled in everybody once again to a Marvel movie that some of these other ones are not doing? Is it because Nobody knows who the fuck the Thunderbolts are. Is it because the Fantastic Four didn't come up in that early part of the Marvel universe? I mean, you can any of these other ones,
Right.
Eternals and Shang-Chi, and these are all newer characters they're trying to break big. But like Black Panther did really well. Both of those movies
Right.
did really, really well.
Right. The first one did unbelievable, but
Yeah,
the second one didn't do nearly
not
as
as much.
well.
Yeah.
Of course, they lost tragically. Chadwick Boseman passed away, so there was no way they could make that money again. But right now they're going to do a Black Panther 3, and it's like, okay, is anybody even going to care at this point?
I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah, it's very interesting. But yeah, I was always more of a DC fan than a Marvel fan. So I am thrilled to see a very comic book DC universe with superheroes and super villains, and it's bright and colorful, and I have colorful costumes,
And
and
make
there's tons of
standalone films.
action. Yeah.
Standalone films that are strong on their own. We talked about it, I think, on a previous episode years ago, where we talked about Justice League and how they rushed into that
Oh
before
yeah.
you even established some of these characters. And I think that was, I personally liked the Justice League, especially the big, the director's cut film. I thought it was a lot of fun. I like it. But, can we please do like standalone films for these characters first before all of a sudden you're rampaging into a Justice League movie, probably 2 years before you should have done it?
Right. I mean, right. It's crazy because the original concept of Batman versus Superman is they wanted what's his name? The British guy from Jesus. I got the olds bad tonight, Pete. From Batman Begins. What the hell's his name?
Oh yeah,
Christian Bale.
yes.
That was the original con, and Christian Bale wanted nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
So then they're like, okay, we got to recast Batman. But yeah, then they had to shoehorn in everybody else from Justice League, and so yeah, it does not appear that they're going to rush it. Um, and I think they're going to take their time. And James Gunn said, we're only going, unlike Marvel, we're only going to make a movie when we have a completed script that we like. Which I mean, from what I've read, I'm sure you've heard the same thing, Pete. They're shooting now the new Avengers movie without a completed script.
You would think after all these years that they would have,
Right, all
but
these
it makes
years.
sense, Chris, because you got to take out Kang the Conqueror from the whole
Yes, that's a whole nother ball of
storyline.
wax. Yeah.
And now, how is this going to work with Doctor Doom? Which you could arguably say, if you're a fan of Marvel Comics and you've been reading them for all these decades, that Kang the Conqueror is probably a more powerful villain than Doctor Doom, maybe not as devious and like
Yeah.
um tenacious as Doctor Doom, because there's really nobody better than him. But they fucked it up already, right?
Yeah.
Now you can't go
Right.
back.
Right. Forget what happened with the actor. Right. They totally screwed that. They screwed the pooch when
Yeah.
they made
You lost
Kang
loose to
yeah,
Ant-Man.
lose to Ant-Man. And
Can't do
that's
that.
going to be your super villain going forward. Like
Yeah,
what?
no.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah,
So
because the
they
build
did
to
that
Thanos was
themselves.
done perfectly. The
Yes.
build to Kang was not.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I mean, think about the first time we finally see Thanos and he kicks the crap out of the Hulk. I mean, that was the perfect setup.
Yeah. Like there was no contest.
No.
Kills Loki.
Yeah.
Just like that. It's like, whoa. And what does Kang do? He can't even beat the Ant-Man and the Wasp.
And he negotiates with Ant-Man. Like what?
Yeah,
Darth Vader and Doctor Doom do not negotiate.
right.
But Kang is like, okay, sure. I'll make you a deal.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah.
does not work. That does not work. Yeah, so I can totally see that maybe they're still kind of fine-tuning the whole thing because they literally have had to just redo everything they've been planning on doing for years. But I mean, they've had time to do this.
Oh yeah.
They decided to 86 the Kang character, what, 2 years ago already?
Oh, it's gotta
Maybe
be.
it's even more
It's
than that. I don't know. It's the years are going by so quickly. I don't even know.
no, it's true.
Yeah.
It is true. But
But we'll find out. I mean, soon enough, because this year is already rampaging to a close, and then we,
yes. And I think, right, yeah, they're shooting the Avengers movie right now, and I think that comes out next Christmas, is it?
I think so. I think so. I
I
have
think
high hopes for
Spider-Man comes out first.
I have high hopes for that.
I hope it's good. And they're bringing back the old X-Men cast.
Yeah. and
who I'm sure
We
are
got
going to die.
Punisher, and we got the Hulk in there.
Yeah.
Although I'm done with Smart Hulk. Please bring back the real Hulk, folks.
Yes. Agreed.
Yeah. I'm done with that goofy Hulk. And I still haven't seen the Captain America movie.
It's terrible.
Is it
It
really
is.
bad? Yeah.
I hated it. I hated it. Hated it.
It's on Disney. I just keep forgetting to watch it.
Yeah. It's awful. Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four was way better.
Okay. I gotta watch it still because I just have to watch it. But yeah, I haven't heard any good things about it.
No, no, I thought it was horrible, and it's really more of a sequel to the Hulk movie from what was that, like 2008 or
Oh wow.
2009, which nobody remembers because that movie of the first couple phases, that was like the Marvel movie that did the worst.
I enjoyed those early Hulk movies.
Right. I didn't think it was terrible by any means, but yeah, it's more of a sequel to the Hulk movie from 16 years ago or 18 years ago
With the
than
leader, right? The leader is a great film.
yes, than it is a sequel to anything Captain America.
Yeah.
You real and it's more related to the, I guess, the Captain America no, what was it called? The Winter Soldier, Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV show, and the Hulk movie. It's more of a sequel to those things. If you hadn't seen those, which I did see, you'd probably be lost.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta watch. Maybe I'll watch this weekend. I just gotta get caught up on all this stuff. But
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. Anthony Mackie as Captain America. He's great as Falcon.
he's great as Falcon. So now there's a
So I
Spanish
can
guy
like
as
it.
Falcon. So it's like, oh, okay,
Yeah, whatever, But
yeah,
you just have to wonder too, maybe this has something to do with it, that because that movie underperformed so much, because I think the idea was that he was going to be the leader of the new Avengers. And I
yes.
wonder if they're moving away from that now.
Well, he is mentioned too at the end of Thunderbolts as he's got his own team of Avengers. So, and I'm pretty sure he is in the next Avengers movie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um, so yeah, who knows? But it definitely seems like I mean, I remember the original Secret Wars comic from 83, 84, but this is more related to the Secret Wars reboot from like 2015-ish.
Yeah, yeah.
So it does seem like that is going to reboot the Marvel universe
Now,
in
wasn't the
films.
second Secret Wars the one where Doctor Doom is like all powerful?
Yes, Doctor Doom creates like right, they call it Battle World. He
Yes,
takes pieces of different universes or different Earths rather and smashes them together,
yes.
and that's Battle World. And
Yeah.
he has these different factions fight it out.
Yeah, if I remember, Chris, I read that. I have that.
See, I never read that the second Secret
The
Wars.
first one is good, but it's kind of goofy. The second
Right,
one,
but it's also
meanwhile,
very simple.
yes,
The Beyonder plucks all the heroes and villains, puts them on a planet, and says fight
fights. That's
for
it.
12 issues, and that's it.
Whereas in the second one, Doom all of a sudden becomes all powerful. In fact, I remember,
Right.
I'm pretty sure in that he kills Thanos and like this, he beats Galactus, and I think the Beyonders in that as well.
And doesn't he like hook up with Sue Richards or
Yes,
something?
yeah,
And
yeah. And he's like, the leader of this world, and everybody's
yeah,
like, whatever. Yeah, it's very bizarre.
yeah,
But you can kind of see why they would go that route based on all the decades of Doom being Doom, and like, well, let's give him like make him the all powerful and kind of take over that mantle from Thanos. And I just remembered like the scene where him and Thanos are fighting, and he kills him in like 2 seconds, and I'm like,
wow,
okay, it's like that's kind of cold, but yeah.
interesting.
So we'll see what direction they go in with it. Maybe they'll combine kind of the two of them or whatever. But I mean, the Beyonder is, I think, a villain that they should have in the Marvel universe. He's
Oh, sure. As long as they give him a good look, because I remember in the original Secret Wars 2, it was just a guy, I was a white guy with an afro, and he was in like a white like suit from the Miami Vice TV show when he came to Earth. I don't remember how he looked in Secret Wars 1, but he looked very 80s in Secret Wars 2,
yeah, yeah.
which was a terrible miniseries from what I remember.
We'll see. We'll see what they
Yeah.
do. We're getting way ahead of of ourselves.
Yes. No, we're not even in the right company now.
No, no, we
This
got
is like we started a Judas Priest video and now we're talking about Black Sabbath again.
and I kind of want to talk about what we think about what the Spider-Man film is going to be like, but that's
Which I heard it just wrapped shooting today
yeah,
in Scotland, right?
yeah.
We'll have to ask Davey if
Yeah,
he
Davey said he saw them filming.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think all we've really heard about the villain, because I think there's going to be six villains in this film.
Oh wow.
That's what I heard. I heard there's going to be an iteration of the Sinister Six, but I think all they really have announced is Scorpion so far.
Okay.
He was in the previous.
Yes, right. We didn't see him in costume though, right?
No,
He was
no, we just saw
just
him.
in prison. But right, it's Spider-Man, Punisher, the Hulk, and is it Daredevil as well? I'm not sure if he was
There's
confirmed.
rumors, but that's not confirmed. So
Right.
I kind of would like that because I think it would be cool to get like all the street level heroes
Yes,
together.
agreed.
And I mean, shit, if you're going to bring John Bernthal from Punisher from the TV series, why not bring Daredevil along too, right? Like,
Totally.
got it.
I saw a picture today of the Punisher van. It looked awesome. I
Really?
mean, it was like right from the comic.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Other than having the giant Punisher logo on the side, it had a small Punisher skull spray painted on the hood, but it looked really cool. I was like, that's great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. That's great for him that they're going to feature him. But it
Yeah.
makes sense because the Punisher was such a big part of like the Spider-Man um, comic back in the day. But I'm pretty sure we're going to get some form of a Venom in this.
Oh, yes, I heard that as well. Too,
Yeah,
right. Tom Holland, I think, is in it. So that's great.
yeah,
Finally get Venom in and hopefully they'll give him the actual spider on his chest.
yeah. We'll see. We'll see. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, the Spider-Man movies usually deliver.
Yes, I did like that trilogy quite a bit.
So we'll see. Cool. All right. Well, there you have it, guys.
Right.
Our,
There's
our
all
review
the
of Superman and all sorts of other stuff.
yeah.
Right? This turned into like an epic, just kind of discussion of some of the more recent comic book films that have just come out and are coming out. So if you have any comments on the Superman film or any of these other ones we're talking about, put them down below in the comments section. And I want to thank everybody for visiting here on this special episode of Comic Book Geezers. And I want to thank Chris for coming over and
Sure. Thanks for having me.
talking Superman. Yep, it's always cool to meet up with my buddy here and talk either music or movies or comics or whatever it might be. So we'll see you. Come see both of us over on Sea of Tranquility, right? Regulars on the Monsters Den, Hudson Valley Squares, and all that good stuff. But thanks for watching us here on Comic Book Geezers. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please hit the like button before you leave. I know we haven't been on here much of late. Bill and I got to get together at some point to actually talk about and show comics. We'll do it after the summer's over, I'm sure, because it's been a hectic last couple of months. But thanks for watching, everybody. For Chris Alo, I'm Pete Pardo. Enjoy. See you soon. Bye bye.